Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We are Three Trail Stitchers. Sarah did a big cinematic countdown for us.
I did. It was awesome.
It was amazing.
And then I don't think you could see me pointing at you. I was pointing way down here.
I'm Carrie.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Whitney.
And I don't know what Flosstube number this is.
I don't know. I won't know till I post it.
Yeah.
No clue.
Thank you for those of you who showed up for my whip kit parade last week.
Yeah, that was a bit insane.
It was a lot. So many cute.
Mostly just like stuff kitted up because I'm always like, I don't have that many whips, and then you start to look through them and you're like, oh.
But then she'll still sit there and say, I don't know what to stitch.
I can't. I mean, I do that too.
Yeah,
so.
I think everybody does that. I would think. I'm sure there's people that have well laid out plans, but don't look here for those plans because.
But I can't make fun of them, and I can make fun of you.
That's true. You can't make fun of strangers.
No.
So welcome back. If you're a subscriber, if this is your first time checking us out, then welcome. Hope you make it through. I have I guess we could talk about this week. This week was nutty. I didn't have a great week, but it's over. So anyone else?
I got my identity stolen.
Oh yeah. We all have a bad week? I think Sarah's the only one that maybe had a decent week.
Somebody fraudulently filed unemployment under my social security number.
Gee. Yeah. Are you getting the unemployment checks?
No, which really sucks.
Oh.
But my employer is the one that caught it. So
that's good that they caught it.
Thankfully, they caught it.
So what do you have to do?
Everything. I have to call all the credit agencies, Social Security, unemployment, your bank, credit cards, everything, and put fraud alerts on all your accounts.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts. I spent 2 days doing that stuff and I'm still not done. Craziness.
My week was okay.
What?
My week was okay. It was just, I mean, I just kind of felt off all week, but I think that's just the nature of the world right now. I mean, I didn't have anything horrible. I mean, my identity didn't get stolen.
Right.
You know, nothing horrible
Who wants my identity, man? I mean, come on.
I know, because we know you and we wouldn't want your identity.
Nobody would want this. Nobody.
It's just so frustrating because it's like,
yeah.
And they say it's just going to get worse because of the state of our country now, and that identity theft will be more common, and like scams, that kind of stuff, like about the stimulus and all that stuff. I'm like, people. Oh, I can put all that energy to other things.
It's nuts.
Yeah, I can't count the number of emails I've had lately about your stimulus check and about now I'm starting to get something about government refunds.
Yeah.
And so I throw them in my spam folder, but
yeah,
still, I mean,
yeah,
you know, it's crazy.
It's nuts.
We did get snow. We got snow on Friday. It was weird because there wasn't a ton of snow, but it was crazy windy. Yeah. Thursday night into Friday. And so like we had a we don't really have snow days anymore, but like it was like
remote learning day.
Yeah, remote learning day. So the kids got to have a snow day. I can't imagine. I mean, it really, at the end of the day, you're like, it wasn't that bad, but those kids in the morning and that wind and the snow at the bus stop.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah.
And I did not get a remote learning day. And so it took me almost an hour to get to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was
the wind
after
was the big issue.
I ran coffee to mom and I stopped at Starbucks, and it was still, the roads were, it was like, sometimes they pre-treat our roads really well. And this was a time where they should have done that, because I think then it would have been fine. But the roads were terrible in the morning. By afternoon, they were, I mean, by the time I came home, it was nothing, but getting to work.
Sometimes when the wind blows, just that little light bit of snow makes the roads slicker than.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
It was it only ended up being like maybe 2 inches. It was not that big of a deal, but the wind was nuts. The wind was so
It was enough to make my yard a complete disaster with 4 dogs. But
oh yeah, it's super muddy. Yeah, so now it's like I think I dislike the days after snow more than snow. Like I'm not a winter person anyway,
it's
but
just
like
gross.
The mud.
Yeah, it's gross.
We're in that part of winter. We're just like everything's dead. There's nothing green, and everything's
nothing
muddy.
To look at outside.
Dead.
It's true though.
The hawk I saw yesterday trying to take off with something.
There's no green. So
no, I'm ready.
And winter where I'm ready for spring.
Yeah,
my pine tree is green.
And
your what's green?
My pine tree is green.
Well, yeah, because they love it.
They're supposed to be.
Well,
I'd be concerned.
So there are things that are green, not everything.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever. I'm looking out my window and my grass is really not that, like a normal winter, it would be completely brown and there is some green. So.
Yeah, there's still a little bit of green.
So I shouldn't complain, but I'm going to because I'm a Midwesterner and that's my right.
All right.
You do it so well. You're one of the best complainers I know.
I'm a Southern Midwesterner. I don't think people in the actual Midwest consider us Midwestern, but
I consider us Midwest.
I consider us Midwest. Yeah. Anywho.
So
anyway, that was a tangent. Finishes. I had none. I didn't stitch much, as you'll see. I had no finishes, so.
I have one. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first. Because I went first last time, I think.
So I finished my Good Morning Maui.
I love this so much. It's so groovy.
Yeah. Here's the whole piece of fabric.
You still have enough that I bet you could find a mystery machine.
Yeah, I probably could. This fabric was really nice to stitch on for just finding it on Etsy from, I can't remember who it is. I'll have to look it up. But that's all she has is like tie-dyed fabric.
I love it so much. It's such a good idea to tie-dye fabric.
Yeah, I'd like to try to do it.
Yeah, I'm sure it wouldn't work for like anything, but it's perfect for that.
Yeah, and it's like some of the flowers are kind of hard to see on it but I
think most of your colors show up really well.
Yeah, the only flower I changed is this purple one because I wanted a purple one.
I like it a lot.
Everything else is the called for floss. So
that's awesome. And this was we have a stitch along going along this month for Good Morning Maui patterns. It's TTS Maui Sal. And quite a few people have joined, which is awesome. So in February, we will choose a new designer and we will sell their patterns. It's kind of nice because you can choose your own. Like I've done two. I did my Luna Lovegood and my X-Files.
Yes.
So you kind of choose whatever rather than stitching along one pattern.
Yeah. It's fun. It was neat. I had a good time doing it.
Yeah, her patterns are so easy to read.
Yes. And they stitch fairly fast too. So
yeah, they really do.
Yeah. They're fun to stitch.
Nice finish.
Thanks.
I had a finish. I'm doing the Facebook page 21 Halloween cross stitch patterns in 2021. So this was one I started, I think last October, and then I just put it away. And so I finally finished it. I got it out, and this is my first finish for my.
And it's by Witchy Stitcher?
It's by Witchy Stitcher, yes. I think it's just called Sad Pumpkin. It might have a more witchy name.
It's glow in the dark fabric.
And
too,
yes, the fabric is glow in the dark. And if you go to our Instagram page, 3 Trails Stitchers, I posted pictures of it and
it's cool
of it in the dark. So, and I think I'm just gonna make all little pillows out of all of these. So I love him.
He's cute.
He's so cute.
He's cute.
He's happy.
All right. Well, I'll go with my whip since I have no finishes. So
I
worked on 2 things this week because it was not a great week, but I did get more of my Tiny Modernist folk art sampler done.
She's so cute.
Here's where I am on this. And now that she's done, like that's the biggest part. The rest of it is just, I mean, there's still a lot. It's not like it's not a lot to do, but it's like all the little motifs around her.
But it's like little bits and pieces. So
yeah, so I think it'll go quicker. I love Tiny Modernist and I like her patterns, but this one is a single page pattern and it's very small and I don't have the best eyes. So it's kind of, I started my other one today and my National Parks Frosted Pumpkin and their patterns are really big. And it was kind of like, because I don't have to like hold it up to see it. And I know I could blow it up and all that stuff, but I think takes time. Well, I think you would lose some of it, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really
try it. I mean, that's like multiple pages.
Yeah.
So you have to watch that cutoff line.
Yeah. Like I love a single page pattern, but like the symbols are really small for me.
Yeah.
And their symbols are like close together, like an arrow and a double-sided arrow, you know?
Oh.
Yeah.
So then last night I started my inaugural piece, which won't get done. It'll probably be done before the next inauguration. Which is Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery National Park Centennial piece. And this is all I have done. Sorry about the string. So 2 little birds and Nashio. So
it's
far.
gonna be so cool.
Yeah, this is probably what I'll work on mostly this week. And I even found I bought this a while ago it's my Frosted Pumpkin National Park needle minder.
Aww.
So anyway, so I'm excited to be working on this, and their patterns are just easy to read, and it's just kind of like comfort stitching.
Yeah.
Super easy to follow. So
I need to do some of hers. I've never done a Frosted Pumpkin one. I need to try one.
Yeah, they're so easy to follow. They really are.
Yeah.
I love their patterns. So that's all I worked on.
Want me to go next?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am working on, let's see if I can get it to show. The Witchy Stitcher.
Oh, I
It
love
says the witch is in. And so
Oh, wow.
I have the witch done. Basically, all I have to do is like the green smoke that comes up out of the cauldron.
Yeah, you got a lot done. That's nice.
I think her pattern stitched kind of fast too. And then I started this pattern. It's called Halloween Parade by the Blue Flower.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
I love it.
And I have the tree done. Well,
whoa.
Wow.
I have part of the tree done. Like I have it in a little hoop because my arms were tired of like reaching around the big.
That's going to be a pretty good size piece.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger than I thought.
I love
like
tree,
every project I do is bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
But
it looks good on that fabric.
Yeah, this is Bee Stitch Me fabric.
I really like that.
I can't remember the name of it.
I should have said that. My National Park piece is on Bee Stitch Me fabric.
And this is on Serenade from Color and Cotton.
I love that.
It's kind of like a bluish, purplish, grayish color. Those are the only things I have because I'm still waiting on things from the mail.
Yeah.
Project I really want to start. So
things are a little slow.
Those are my fillers.
So I started, and this is a free pattern, so I can show it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bucilla, Bucilla.
Oh, yeah.
Little tiny haunted house thing.
Cute.
But I almost literally threw it out because these stupid little bats have tons of half stitches. And so I think I'm not enjoying it. Like, here's my bat. You can't even tell he's a bat. So I think I'm going to take him out and then just do the blue background and then just take like 6 strands of black and do a backstitch bat.
You know, you could look at like Frosted Pumpkin. Their bats are super easy to stitch and they're, you know, different sizes. I always like stitching.
Okay, I might look at theirs then. So if this would be, if I do this, this will be number 2. But this is, I can't show it because I don't have a picture. It's called Salem Library, and it's a Plum Street Samplers, but it was published. It was published in a weird little pamphlet book that I think was created for overseas. I don't know, because like everything in the book is, most of the stuff in the book is in French.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Interesting.
So, and I found it on eBay, so that's how I got it. But it's Salem Library. So I started it, and then it'll have the library building, and it's got a witch flying to the library with her books.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And this is some of the Mountain Air fabric, but I don't remember what it was called. I know I bought a piece and cut it up into some small pieces, and I need to start writing the names down in my fabrics I get, but I've had it for so long that wasn't.
It's pretty.
in my brain. And then I'm going back to my Good Morning Maui Harry Potter. I've started this little corner over here, the chess piece, and then the plant that was in the first Harry Potter movie.
Yeah.
And that's going to go, I mean, the rest of this is going to go faster than the train did.
Yeah.
Because that was just a lot of repeating and repeating and repeating. But that's what I'm going to work on today and probably tomorrow.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll move on to haul. I guess we're gonna go quick today. Of course, we rambled about the weather for a while, so. So I did Be Stitch Me's Friday fight night. Was it last weekend?
2 weekends.
She was gonna have one this week, but she didn't have, I think her fabric press or something wasn't working. So I think she's having one next week, next Friday. So I got 2 pieces from that. I got oat, and both of mine are opalescent because, you know, you just buy stuff. You're like, I have to buy something. So you're putting your name on it.
I know it.
So this is oat, which is just like a neutral.
I think I got that one.
And I'm going to use that for my Caterpillar cross stitch made to create Sal, which doesn't start till I believe the 25th. So it's coming up. I put it in my Muppet bag.
I love it.
And then I bought this piece as well. It doesn't have a name, but it's also a 16 count and opalescent.
Oh, I love that.
Greeny. I like it a lot. I don't know what I'll do on it, but I like it a lot. I think it'd be good for something Halloween-y, or it'd also be good for like something oceany, a mermaid, or
yeah, that's true.
Or an
Creatures from the
Ursula.
Black Lagoon. That would be cool. And then I got, this is my needle minder I had last week that I didn't get up to show you. So this is
Pig and a poke.
my breakfast Tuesday pig and a poke needle minder. It's from Mad for Minders. This is a reference to Supernatural, the episode Mystery Spot, which is one of the funniest episodes of Supernatural ever. But there's a lot of funny episodes. And I'm going to use it for my Supernatural stitch along.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think the
And
first comes out the 24th.
Yeah. I bought these scissors on Amazon. They're stork scissors that are like iridescent-y, and you get all 3, and they were like, what, like $7? I mean, they're really cheap.
They were very inexpensive for
And they're pretty good because I just need more scissors to put into projects. Not that I travel with my projects, but someday we'll be able to travel again in 2030. So I want scissors to take. And then Sarah worked on making some pins into needle minders. So I accidentally bought the made to create pin, lapel pin, instead of the needle minder because life. So we just turned it into a needle minder, put a magnet on it.
Cute.
And then this is my needle minder. I bought this pin forever ago and I don't remember who I bought it from, but I'm pretty sure I showed it on here when I got it.
Yes, I remember that.
Cupid doll, Bride of Frankenstein, and this is my needle minder for Universal Monster House. And then I have this RBG pin that I bought a while ago that Sarah turned it into a needle minder as well.
She's so awesome.
I did get some patterns like online PDFs. My phone updated overnight, so we were talking about how it's all weird now, but I bought this Witchy Stitcher Valentine pattern.
I love
that. Love that little bat.
Batty for you, and it's amazing. I bought the threads. Did a Michael's pickup, which was really easy.
Can you do thread at Michael's?
You do individual threads, so that was very exciting. So I highly recommend. And then I bought this one. I don't know if I have a cover sheet. Hold on. Yeah. Which is a collection of 4 that are like songs from the 90s, but I totally bought it for this one. My Heart Will Go On. This Titanic pattern, which is amazing.
It's amazing.
But I also like, it has a quote from a Selena song, which I really like Selena. I've always liked her. So excited for that. And then Sarah owed me like $20. And so I was like, I'd like these frosted pumpkin patterns. So I got like $20 worth of frosted pumpkin patterns. I got this Pen Pals, the St. Patrick's Day one.
Oh, cute.
And then I got Valentine patterns because I'm in the mood to do Valentine's Day. I don't know why, because I only have really 2 weeks to do Valentine's Day, but whatever. Sorry, this one, You Are Smashing, which is a piñata.
Piñata.
Cute.
So cute.
Yeah, my iBooks, it like keeps shutting itself off. So like I can go back in and open stuff, but it shuts itself down.
No, I've had issues with mine, and I can't tell if it's my iPad or if it's just.
I think it's the update. Anyway, I got 2 other ones, but I got this one. It says love, and it's like a little arrows.
Oh, cute.
I love arrows.
I found my updates work better when it updates, turn my iPad or iPhone completely off for a couple minutes and then turn it back on.
Yeah, I might try that after that.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about trying.
Difference, but it does.
That one.
Oh, cute.
And those will be quick. So like, I feel like if I kit one up, I could finish it before, Valentine's Day. So I've decided that because truth, like real facts, my Christmas stuff is still up because I had every intention of taking it down this weekend, but it was just not a great week. And I honestly just didn't, I'm kind of ready for it to come down, but I just didn't have the energy. So I think next weekend. But I decided, I told Mom and Sarah, I think I'm just going to start, my Christmas tree's pink. So I'm just going to buy ornaments that will work for Valentine's. And then after Christmas, I'll take down most of my Christmas stuff, leave my tree up and put Valentine's stuff on it.
That's cute. That would be cute.
Then I'll just take it down after Valentine's Day. That way I would not be taking everything down in one day too,
Yeah, that would be cute.
Yeah, that'd be nice for me too.
So I want to start stitching like some little, because Sarah always helps me. I want to start stitching some Valentine-y things.
That would be a cute idea. It would look cute.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what I bought. I said I didn't have a lot of haul, and then I just took like 15 minutes. So
you did. That's all right.
Me?
I
have
my nerd rope.
Like 5 patterns. And this pattern I showed already, the waxing moon house, but I lost it. So I had to buy it again.
Oh no.
I have no clue where it went. So I bought it again. And I ordered all the fancy floss for it last night because she says that if you use DMC, they won't turn out the same because there's not good DMC matches.
Oh, okay.
So I had to buy the fancy floss.
Of course you did.
So, and then this is called Witchboard.
I love that.
Which I am waiting for the fancy floss on it too. Just fancy floss monster right now. But I think there's 3 colors I'm waiting for, and this is going to be my next start. And then a lot of this stuff, all of this is like Halloween-y kind of stuff. So I bought this one. It's called The Witching Hour.
I like that.
So
That's cool.
And then I bought these littles.
I love those. Kristen on the Steel City Stitchers was stitching those.
Was she?
On her last video. Yeah, she's doing them on like this lime green fabric. It's really cool.
Ooh, that would be pretty. And then I bought these.
Yeah, that's part of my birds thing.
And I really want to do the house.
Yeah, that's the same Whispered by the Wind.
Yes. Yes. It's the same people that did your houses.
Mm-hmm, the birds.
They have a really cool scarecrow one on the back.
Yeah, I think it's like you can make basically like a little village, like a cemetery or village thing.
Oh yeah, that would be.
There's a few different patterns. I just bought the one because I like the birds, but they're all really cute, and they don't use colors.
I think those are all mine. I have like 10 pieces of Be Stitch Me fabric, but I didn't get it out, so I'll have to show it next time.
So are you all caught up on your fabric now?
No, I still have 4 pieces that she hasn't shipped yet that I'm still waiting on. But that I got part of my order, and then apparently I got 5 pieces on the last fight night. I didn't realize that until she invoiced me. I was like, oh, okay. So I have just about every
add
color.
your discount though.
Yes, and then I won 2 pieces of fabric on her giveaways. So
whatever.
So I got that. you.
She's always every week, every time she does the giveaway, I'm like, oh, you just won, Whitney. She's like,
I know, I can't believe it. Because I don't think about going back and looking because so many people put their name on them. You know, I just don't think about going back and looking. And then Carrie's always like, you won. I didn't, but you won.
yeah, it's true.
So I'll show those next week because it's a
I'm
huge, big old stack of Be Stitch Me fabric. So that's all I got.
My 1, 2, 3 order that I ordered on Christmas Day finally came, and my fabrics at Mom's. It's just a big piece of white 16 count and then a piece of Rustico that I want to do some dyeing with the white. And then I think the Rustico, I'm going to also do like a coffee and tea dip with it. And I think I'm going to use that for my Supernatural. But, you know, nothing can travel alone. So I got Red's Treehouse from Ink Circles.
That's really cute.
Cute.
And then a Bent Creek Snapperville Pumpkin Farm.
Cute.
Oh, that's cute.
I had to get those. And then I bought, when I was putting everything together for my 21 days of Halloween, I bought the Witchy Stitcher mini vintage Halloween set. And then Trick or Treat Witchy Stitcher. I love those little guys.
I love her vintage kind of stuff. It's so cute.
I do too. And then I'm gonna do the Tiny Modernist pin cushions this year, and I'm just gonna buy them each month. So I bought the first one, Red Riding Hood.
Are those the fairy tale?
Yes, it's the fairy tale ones, and I mean, you don't have to make them into a pin cushion. She released a frame for just doing the circles, but I think the pin cushions are really cute, and I think they'd be cute stacked up on my shelves.
Oh yeah, they'd be super cute.
Well, I think, oh, and then I made me some pins when I was making Carrie pins, and I just went through my Disney pins, which I know some people would think this is sacrilege, but you know, now they're getting used. So there's my Scary Mickey.
I love that one. That's a classic.
It's classic. I love it. Mr. Toad.
Yeah.
It's my favorite ride at Disneyland. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, I like that one.
2 more. Mad Hatter's hat. I have a couple of these hats that I'll probably end up doing. And then a Maleficent if I ever get to that Maleficent pattern.
I love that.
I have a ton of Disney pins. There's some I probably wouldn't turn into needle minders because
they're pretty big, and so I don't know. I wouldn't want to turn those into needle minders, but I still have quite a few. And you know, when we get to go back in 2030, that's kind of, you know, you and I haven't bought pins for a long time, but that would kind of now we can look at them with a different. Oh,
I think that's true. Yeah.
So
in a different way.
I think that's all of my haul.
Plans. I'm going to keep working on my national park piece, at least for this week for the inaugural.
Excuse me.
And then I probably will kit up something Valentine-y. I really want to do that Witchy Stitcher bat.
I love that bat.
Yesterday?
I may dye some fabric for it because I'd like to do something pinky. I don't know. The first time I saw the bat, I was like, but the more I look at him, I'm like, I love him.
Yes.
So much.
He's cute.
And it's like all my colors. It's like pinks and reds and black and creepy Halloween-y. So so I would like to do some Halloween stuff. I probably won't go back to Tiny Modernist for a bit. Anyway, so those are my only plans. My plans are no real plans.
No real plans. Yeah, exactly. If I get my floss for the witchboard, I really want to start it.
I love it.
But I'm trying to decide. I have a piece of Be Stitch Me fabric that I think it might look good on, but then I can't decide if like a coffee and tea dye would be better. I don't know. I'm torn. So
I think it'd be cool to do like maybe like a light gray that you coffee tea dye, so it's like a grungy gray.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Kurt's been bringing home, you know, and like the hotels that he stays at, they have coffee bags that are like tea bags but coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he's been bringing those home. So I haven't used them yet, but I want to try to use one of those to dye with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
See what kind of color it comes up with. If it's so, I don't know. I'm torn.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's probably one of there's lots of Ouija board patterns out there, but I love that one.
Yeah, I looked at a whole bunch because I've talked about doing one for a while, and I looked at a bunch of them, and it was kind of my favorite. So.
And is that the cottage garden, the people that did the other thing? That's cool.
Yeah, I have it kitted up too, the Halloween sampler.
You've become their number one fan.
Yes, I think I have, but it's going to be big. It's going to be big. It's a big pattern. It'll take me forever to do, but I'm excited to start it. So those are my plans. If I get my stuff, everything has shipped. I'm not getting it. So
yeah,
we'll see.
That's it. I'm going to keep working on Harry Potter today and tomorrow. I've decided during the week I'm going to work on little stuff just because I come home and getting something, I'm just tired, and coming home and getting something big out just kind of overwhelms me. So I'm going to save my big things for the weekend. So I'll pick back up my Salem library and some of my Halloween ones. I got a bunch of fabric cut and ready yesterday for like almost all of them. And then I kitted up all the floss. And then I got, an idea to do 21 Christmas patterns.
Oh my goodness.
I know. So I went ahead and got all the patterns ready for those ornaments. I just need to do fabric. But I think I'm going to wait till that fabric gets here. I ordered some 14 count in the big piece of white last week. And it's from 1, 2, 3. I think it's shipped. I don't know, but I'm going to wait till it gets here, and then I'll dye some pieces for the Christmas ornaments and have those kind of ready. So I just have stuff sitting around that I can just grab. And I ordered the rest of the floss, Carrie, that we didn't get from Michael's. I ordered it last night from 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, they don't always have everything, but it was super easy to go in.
Yeah,
they brought it right to the car.
Do they bring it to the car? You just call them and tell them you're there.
Yeah.
That's in Lee Summit though, right?
There is one in Blue Springs. You just choose when you go in. We did Lee Summit, and I would use Lee Summit because it's on my way home from work, but yeah, there's no reason you couldn't do Blue Springs. And we got pretty much everything. There was a few where they think they gave us doubles instead of one, but I do that when I'm picking my own floss. So
38.56, they gave me 38.65.
Yeah, I think sometimes they're just in the wrong spot. So I'm not.
Yeah, because those floss things are always a mess.
Yeah.
But it was nice to know, because like we're not really shopping right now. And so it was nice to know that there's a way, like if I want to do one of those frosted pumpkin, I can just have it within a day, most likely. So, and you don't have to wait. I think 1, 2, 3 is pretty quick, but
they are for the most part, but the mail is just.
Yeah, and sometimes you just don't want to wait. Sometimes
because it ships quickly. Like it usually ships within a day or two.
No, their shipping has gotten fast again. I know it was slow during kind of quarantine and stuff, but I think everybody was ordering everything. And then
there's stuff that shipped right after Christmas that I still don't have.
The mail issues are, the post office issues are so I don't know.
So I definitely recommend it if you have a Michael's in your area. I know some people don't, but Joann's, you can't do floss. You can't do.
Yeah, but they won't let you do that.
And if you do, which Michael's doesn't have fabric, but like you have to do 2 yards, and I don't know, it just gets kind of pricey, some of those things. So it's nice to know that's an option, because you don't always want to wait. At some point, I will definitely be going back to CC to get floss, but they're doing some sales right now. And when we tried to go last weekend, like it was too crowded for my comfort. So
was it? Yeah, I haven't been there in a while.
No fault of theirs, because I know they're controlling it, but on the weekends I like to not have to worry about that stuff. So all about that Instacart pickup.
Yes.
Curbside life. So that's probably it for stitching for us. We will do our quick media corner. So if you do not want to hear what we're reading, watching, or listening to, now would be the time when you can hit the road. But if you want to, please stick around. Please subscribe if you want to come back and watch us. We were at 400. I think we lost a couple here and there. It just happens. So when we get to 500, we will do another giveaway. So hang in there for that. And by then, perhaps we'll feel safe walking into a post office. It's just nutty. So anyway, now we will start Media Corner. You want me to go first?
Sure.
Reading, watching this lane. So I'm still reading. I've been reading more, which I'm excited about. I'm still reading that Court of Thrones. No, Throne. I'm gonna mess it up again. Court of Thrones and Roses. Why can I not remember the name of this book that I'm reading? A Court of Thrones and Roses. I was right. I'm not quite halfway through it, but I'm enjoying it. It's good. I haven't read a fantasy book in a long time, so it's kind of nice. And then I also picked up, I'm on NetGalley because as a librarian, sometimes, I think just random people too, you can get advanced copies of books from different publishers and stuff. And so I think this book is out now, but it's called Life on Mars. It's by Jennifer Holm. The Lion of Mars. And Jennifer Holm's written a lot of books for kids. I think it's out.
Jennifer Holm?
Huh?
Baby Mouse Jennifer Holm?
Yeah, Jennifer L. Holm. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like Pennies from Heaven. And this is the cover. It's kids' book, but it's good. I like sci-fi. There's a really good series by Stuart Gibbs. I think the first one is Space Case, where it's like a trilogy of a boy who's living in the first moon base. And they're mysteries, but they're a lot of fun. And this kind of makes you think of that because there's something they're living on Mars and something hits the surface of Mars and they have to figure out what it is, basically. So pretty interesting, quick read, that kind of stuff. I listen to quite a bit of My Favorite Murder because if I'm having kind of a rough week, it's just kind of nice to listen to them, which I mentioned last time. There's something else I listened to that I can't remember the name of because I did listen to a few episodes of, what is it? Dark Down Easter. I can find it real quick because it's alphabetical. Dark Down East, which is crimes in Maine or in New England.
Oh,
and it's pretty interesting. I like it. I like her. I think that's about it. I know there's other stuff, but the last few days, My Favorite Murder, and of course, kind of since I was kind of in a funk this week, the first episode that I listened to of My Favorite Murder was her talking about Elvis.
Oh yeah.
That passing away. And I was like, so then I'm driving to work and I'm like getting all teary eyed in my car. I'm like, why did I choose to listen to this? But it's good. You know, they always make me laugh and it's interesting. And they always have really good recommendations. Usually I'll like add podcasts while I'm listening to them because they mention stuff and
yeah, they mention quite a bit.
Other things to listen to. And then I've been watching a lot of The Closer. And I watched The Night Stalker on Netflix.
Ooh, was it good? Because I want to watch it.
It's good. It's disturbing, but it's good. You think you know a lot about him and about the story, but there were elements that I didn't know that I won't go into. But it's good. It's 4 episodes.
It's 4, and it's the hunt for Night Stalker. So I guess I was looking at some of the Murderino Facebook pages, the different ones, and some people were upset because they thought it didn't go enough into like Richard Ramirez. Oh, sorry, spoiler. Richard Ramirez was the Night Stalker. But it focused more on the cops who built the case and made all the connections, which I thought was fascinating because it's like, and I think because it focused on them, you found out things that like in other Richard Ramirez, like, if I've listened to a podcast or something like that, there were some things I still found out that I never knew.
Yeah, like I don't need to hear his
focused on the cops.
Yeah, I don't always need to hear his story. I'd rather I think the officers that investigated it, the detectives, and then more about the lives that he took, like his victims and people who survived it and that kind of stuff. So it was definitely interesting. The feel of it to me was very much, if you've watched I'll Be Gone in the Dark on HBO, which is based on the book, it was a similar feel. Like it's pretty disturbing, especially if you're like a single woman at home,
Well, I was going to watch it the other night and then I was like, nope, I don't want to creep myself out.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was a good documentary. It was well made. So.
And he was creepy.
Yeah. So I think that's about it. I mean, little things here and there, lots of YouTube, lots of that Eleanor Dreaming, the Disney vlog, because it always makes me happy or thoroughly depressed that I'm not there. So, but that's it. Whitney, what have you been watching, listening to, reading?
I haven't been listening to or reading anything. What have I been watching? I feel like I intentionally watched something so I could go, hey, this is what I've been watching, and now I can't remember what it was.
You watched Cobra Kai.
I watched Cobra Kai. We finished that. We started Fargo.
Oh yeah.
Different.
Yeah.
But apparently it's an anthology.
Mm-hmm.
And so Kurt's conductor told him to watch it because one of the seasons is about the gangsters in Kansas City in 1950.
Yeah, the most.
So I assumed that the whole show was like that, and it's not. So we started with season 1, which is, things in North Dakota, and
I think season 1 would be more like influenced by the movie.
It is, yes.
And then they went off from there.
So then about halfway through the first season, I was like, do you have to watch these in order? So I was trying to figure out, and you don't have to, but we're still working through the first, and I guess that's it. Oh, I watched Sabrina, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix. The 4th season just came out, so I finished it. It's really good.
I need to watch season 3.
I need to watch that.
I like it. I guess that's it. I feel like there's something else, but I can't remember. So
I know I've watched other stuff, but
that's we'll say that's good for me. That's it.
Sarah,
I finished listening to Tenfold More Wicked. It was only 6 episodes. It was really good, and I had downloaded her book, American Sherlock, before Christmas break, but I just listened to audiobooks on the way back and forth to school, so it came off my shelf. So I need to download it again and go back to listening to it because I really enjoyed it. It was really good. And her new season, Tenfold More Wicked, starts January 25th. So the first one was only 6 episodes. I'm hoping the second season might be a little bit longer, but she didn't say what she would be investigating. So
yeah.
That's really all I've listened to. I started reading the first Haunted Mansion kids book, the Fear and Foursome. So one of my kids was at school was asking about it, and I said, well, I actually haven't read it yet. So I'm reading the first one and they're reading the second one, and then we'll decide if you have to read them in order or not. So and then I watched The Night Stalker. I watched The Dating Game Killer on Hulu, which was a 2020. I watched a bunch of 2020s the last couple nights. Mom had watched The Night Stalker. I guess it was Wednesday, I think, maybe.
Yeah. It came out this week. It just came out. Yeah.
And so I started it when I got home that night, and I stayed up way too late watching it, and then I didn't sleep very good that night.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. That's really all I don't think I've watched anything else.
Did you see that they're going to do a Radium Girls series on Netflix?
No,
I can't remember.
For it.
Yeah, I saw an advertisement for it somewhere. I can't remember if it's on Netflix or Hulu. I feel like it's Netflix.
I'm 100% there for it.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. Considering for what it is, but it looked pretty good.
Yeah, it's a very sad story, but it's also pretty empowering. They're pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It's a good one. I'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah, I can't remember. Apparently I have no memory today, so.
Well, I told Sarah, I feel like there's so many things I still haven't watched. Like, I've not even watched the second season of Umbrella Academy, but it's like there's so much that I just end up watching The Closer for the 3rd time.
Right. You know That's like me and Criminal Minds. I just keep watching Criminal Minds.
Which I think is just like a natural, I think it's an anxiety thing. Like, you just get back to watching, because I can't I just have to I started watching Selena on Netflix because of course that song quote made me think of Selena. Yes. So then I was like, well, I never watched that. And so I watched the first episode. It's pretty good. It had got really mixed ratings, but I started watching it, but then, I didn't keep up with it.
I know.
I'll probably go back and watch it. So yeah, it's just like I get overwhelmed by how much there is. So I just watch stuff.
I
like
just
that.
watch the same thing that I've seen 1,000 times.
Which is fine
Or
too.
I sit
You
and
know
watch
what?
a bunch of Datelines or 2020s.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You need to watch Cobra Kai.
I know. I think I'm like
all
saving
people
it.
will appreciate it.
I feel like I'm saving it for like when I really need something positive. Like this week,
It's so
I randomly went back and watched like 3 old episodes of the Great British Bake Off. Like that's when I know like,
yeah.
it's been rough.
When we resort to the baking shows, you know, it's
Yeah, because it's like 100% my comfort viewing. Like it's just so relaxing to watch. I really love it. So, but anywho, I don't think I have anything else. I watched some podcast or Flosstubes. I watch Steel City Stitchers. I always try to watch them every week. And I always get excited. I'll be sitting here like flipping through and I'll get excited. I'll like audibly go, ooh, when somebody is
I
Flosstube.
watched their whip parade and then was so disappointed because I fell in love with a pattern that I cannot get.
Yeah.
So I'm devastated that I cannot get that pattern. But
Oh, is that the Garden of Erie?
yes.
Did you try to order it from that place?
I did, but I've not heard anything back from them. So
did they take the money out?
They just took my money and I'm probably never going to get it.
I bet you'll get it.
I don't know. Because usually you get like some type of confirmation email or something. Nothing. And it's in London, so.
Well, and they're on strict lockdown.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
that.
So
It could be that, honestly, that they're just not in their office.
If anybody comes across it and finds it for sale anywhere, let me know because I have checked.
Plum Street, Garden of Erie.
Yeah, Plum Creek Samplers, Garden of Erie. I've checked eBay. Everything cross stitch says they have it, but they actually don't. I called CC and they couldn't find it anywhere. Like
I think it's from 2009. I think
2009. Yeah, it's an old one. But I would love to have it. So
Whitney will pay top dollar, upwards of like 10, 11.50 maybe.
So, but anyway.
I was gonna say something and I totally forgot what I was gonna say.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just like,
those 3 stitchers made me think about it.
Oh, I also watched Count Twice, Stitch Once. Connie and Melina did their whip parade, and it's always fun. They stitch the most amazing things. Melina stitched this. She's doing this mirabilia, and I mean, it's just incredible. Like, I'm so inspired to do one of those, but I would
love to. They're beautiful, but I don't think I could ever do it.
No, like I so want to do one, but I'm just like, oh no, Carrie, don't do it.
Because I like how Be Stitch Me sells them too. And so she sells them and she'll show you like what they look like on different fabrics. And I'm like, oh, I'd love to do that.
And our LNS, Cece, like there are some mirrors hanging up like as you walk in and they're on, they've got to be on like 46 count or something because they're so tiny and like dainty and perfect.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, no.
Mine would not look that good on 14 count.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm so drawn to them, but it's probably never going to happen. So
yeah, no, same.
There's just things I have to accept that I'm never going to do.
So many things.
So many things. Leave my house again. No, I was kidding. So anyway, we will let you go because we've rambled enough and we're like, it's going to be a short one. And then we
always say that and then it goes.
Spoiler alert, it's never a short one.
4 hours later.
Yeah. I hope you guys have a good week. I hope that the weather is good where you are. I know that we complained about 2 inches of snow and some places got a whole lot of snow. So
yeah, a lot more than 2 inches.
That's what we do in Kansas City. We complain about minimal amount of weather.
Of snow, so, yes. People
and we'll complain about it for a long time too. In 3 years, we'll be like, you remember when we got that 2 inches of snow back there?
And I just complain about the mud. The mud is just too much.
Yeah, I hate the mud.
It's too much.
I'm officially ready for spring, which I usually am on December 26th anyway, but like I'm ready. And I know we need a cold snap, which we've not really had. We've not had.
It'll make for a really rough spring if we don't get one.
Yeah.
And somebody at work was like, yeah, but we really need it because in the woods, like there's still so many ticks, like the ticks are, and I'm like, I get it, but like, I'm never going in the woods. So I thought it was funny that she's like looking at me, telling me this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't go in the woods.
But there are people who do, Carrie.
Oh yeah. It's not just about me.
It's not just about
like,
you.
Like, I think you need to figure out your audience, because I don't worry too much about
That's not me. That's funny.
Maybe in like a nice cabin, Fort Wilderness. I'll go to.
I mean, I kind of have a cabin in the wilderness.
Yeah, Fort Wilderness at Walt Disney World.
No, not there. Just plain old wilderness. That's what I've got.
Oh, okay.
You do.
That's true. You do. Yeah, it's not.
Woods, ticks.
Yeah. Yes. So you need that hard freeze, right? So you don't have to down there in southern Missouri.
Definitely.
All right. Well, now we'll officially let you go. We just did it again.
Midwestern goodbye.
Queens of the Midwest goodbye. So have a good week. Get some stitching done. Get some rest. Give yourself a little grace, because things are nutty, but we're gonna get through it. I think once we get through this week, maybe just like, okay, maybe we can start to breathe a little.
Yeah.
Anyway, have a good week, and we will see you next time. See you real soon. Bye.